Our outlook in structured finance as we head into 2021 is shaped in a large part by the ongoing global health crisis and each country's response to it. In the Asia-Pacific, the number of reported coronavirus cases has been relatively small. EMEA and the US are both continuing to struggle with a second wave of outbreaks, but a vaccine rollout raises the prospect of a significant easing of the health crisis by the middle of the year. The differences in the impact of the health crisis is reflected in the unemployment rates of the regions. In Europe, short-term working or furlough schemes have been effective in temporarily preventing higher unemployment this year, but renewed national lockdowns are expected to lead to a double-dip recession, pushing unemployment notably higher. In the U.S., unemployment is expected to improve, reflecting the impact of massive macro policy easing and an assumption that social distancing restrictions will be much milder than in Europe. Despite improving employment figures in the U.S., the majority of sectors globally are expecting a worsening of asset performance, in part due to a lagged effect as government assistance and payment holiday support programs wind down. In U.S. ABS, travel-related sectors such as timeshares, rental cars, and aircraft will continue to face significant challenges. In CMBS globally, retail and office property performance will continue worsening due to increased online shopping that's accelerating store closures and tenant bankruptcies in retail, and due to increased remote working that's increasing cap rates and as the year progresses is expected to increase vacancy rates for office. Global CLO portfolio credit quality will remain under pressure in 2021 as more than a third of leveraged loan issuers' ratings used for CLO analysis currently have a negative outlook or a negative rating watch. While the asset performance outlook is expected to worsen in many sectors, the ratings are expected to generally remain stable due to robust credit enhancement and the continued deleveraging of the structures. Since the onset of the health crisis in early 2020, less than 3% of structured finance ratings globally have been downgraded. Outside of CMBS globally, with significant hotel or retail exposure and some ABS-related sectors dependent on travel, structured finance rating downgrades during the pandemic have been limited. Some sectors have an elevated percentage of ratings with a negative rating watch, which reflects a heightened risk of downgrade within 6 months, or a negative rating outlook, which reflects a heightened risk of downgrade within 1 to 2 years. CMBS in North America, EMEA, and Latin America all have an elevated portion of bonds with negative signals, as does North America ABS and EMEA CLOs. The bonds on watch negative or outlook negative are disproportionately non-investment grade subordinate classes, which also made up the majority of the downgrades in 2020. Looking beyond 2021, we expect the health crisis to accelerate several secular shifts that will influence structured finance asset performance in the medium term and possibly the long term. In ABS, air travel will remain reduced for several years. In CMBS, the pandemic's impact on retail, hotels, and office will go beyond 2021, and in RMBS, a portion of housing demand will shift from central cities to less densely populated areas. As we head into 2021, the health crisis is ongoing and much remains uncertain, but the rollout of vaccines in advanced countries provides a source of optimism that the path of the pandemic and the credit environment for structured finance will stabilize during this upcoming year.